Patrick Cook here. Thanks for returning. This is session number 3 of Mastering Mandelbulb 3D Formulas. Now, what I want to do in this session is talk about the formulas window. Now, you'll notice here, taking a look at our screen, over on the right, we have the formulas window. Now, for purposes of training here, I've made the formula window pretty big so that we can actually see it really good. Over on the left, this is the main window where the Mandelbulb objects are rendered. Okay. Now, in this tutorial series, I'm probably not ever going to utilize the other windows pertaining to the Mandelbulb 3D application. We're not going to get into animations in this tutorial series. That was in tutorial series number 1, where there was a deep dive on the animations. We're not going to be opening up the navigator. We're not going to be trying to process high-resolution stills, nothing like that. What we're going to do in this series is we're going to focus on, and we're going to stay very closely associated with the formulas, all right, within the Mandelbulb application. All right, now, in keeping of that, let me give you a high-level overview of the formulas window. You'll note here at the very top, we have 3 tabs. Now, these 3 tabs are showing you your hybrid mode. We have 3 hybrid modes. We have alternate, we have interpolate, and we have DEcombinate. Now, we're going to be talking about these hybrid modes in pretty good detail as we go along. Continuing our high-level overview of the formulas window. We also have 6 tabs, all right. These are formula slots. You can actually have up to 6 formulas assigned, okay? Now, that doesn't mean that the hybrid mode is going to use 6 formulas, but there are 6 formula slots. We're going to be talking about these formula slots and how they interact and how to manipulate the formulas. We're going to talk about that as we go along as well. Basically, there's really not much of anything that's going to escape our attention in this formulas tutorial series. All right, now next, moving down, we have what are called formula categories. All right, you'll see here that we have a formula category called 3D. And I would imagine that it means 3D, 3-dimensional, okay? I don't really know where they came up with these terms for the formula categories, but we'll just have to accept it for what it is. So now you'll note here that there's a drop-down. It's an automatic drop-down, and it's terrible, but that's the way it is, all right? Very hard to pick things, okay? But anyway. So you have a category called 3D that's been split in two. Otherwise, that drop down would have gone so far that it would have been, well past the applications window. We have another category called a 3DA, A standing for analytical. Now, I'm going to get into what this means, what analytical means at a later session. But for right now, let's not get in too deep, too fast. We have another category, which is called 4D, and another category called 4DA. Again, A stands for analytical. All right. Now we have three drop downs of ADS formulas. Those are called transform formulas. And a transform formula will actually have an impact on a formula that is behind it. It's called a transform formula. Transform formulas do not in and of themselves create Mandelbulb objects. The 3D, the 3DA, the 4D, and the 4DA do create Mandelbulb objects. Transform formulas, the ADS, do not. Okay? They affect another formula. All right, we also have dIFS. We actually have three of these drop downs for the dIFS. dIFS formulas create shapes. The Mandelbulb objects that are created on the screen are shapes as opposed to a calculated, all right, a calculated object that you would get with 3D, 3DA, 4D, 4DA. Those are calculated, whereas the dIFS are actually shapes. It's not really very clear here, but the third dIFS drop down, those are actually transforms, all right, but within the shapes. They will have an impact on another dIFS formula. That third drop down, those are actually dIFS transforms. Okay. All right, so let's see. Now next, working our way downward here, we have what are called formulas, properties, often referred to as parameters. You saw in the previous session, you saw that they're referred to as options in the M3F file. Okay, so properties, parameters, options, whatever you want to call them, these are values that are fed into the formula when it's executed that will have an impact on actually how the formula behaves, and of course, it's creating an on-screen image. Okay? All right, now, down here, we're going to be talking about all of these things in greater detail. But let me just say, for purposes of an overview, you'll note here you get a thin little line going all the way around here like this. All right. The controls that are inside of this panel, all right, those are controls associated with each of the formula slots. All right, that's all you need to know right now. Below this area right in here, those are control values or properties that will affect the set of formulas. Now, a set of formulas would be all of the formulas that, all of the formula slots that have a formula assigned to them. I refer to those as formula sets. It could also be referred to as a formula sequence. And we're going to talk about this more as we go. Okay, this is all overview. So down below here, all right, these are formula operators that pertain to a formula set. A formula set is it is all of the formulas slots that have a formula assigned to them. Collectively, those are that would be a formula sequence or a formula set. Okay. All right, so that's enough now for this high-level overview of the formula windows the Mandelbulb 3D application. All right, so let's end this session here, and we'll come back and we'll continue to talk about, we'll continue to master the Mandelbulb 3D formulas. So I'll see you in the next session.